Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, and a very warm summer evening, early eve from the UK. My name is Dr. Madalenechan, and I'm going to be with you for the next, let's say, I always say about 20 minutes, but it also always goes to 35 minutes. So let's just see how this flows. Okay, so a good evening, USA Global TV and Radio listeners, and of course to E360 viewers as well as LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. So, and all the other platforms as well, which there's so many. So I just say a very warm welcome to you all. Before I go on talking about this week's topic for my version of Talking Heads episode, I would like to first talk to you about our stats at USA Global TV and Radio YouTube channel. As of today, drum roll, we are currently at 48,050 subscribers. That means we've increased, we're 3,078. We've gone up in the last 28 days. How fabulous. Please do continue to subscribe. And for Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck's YouTube channel, as of today, 24,169. That means we've had a major increase in the last 28 days, 6,646. How fabulous is that? Please do continue to subscribe and support the mothership, USA Global TV and Radio, because we help you to bring your story out, branding awareness, and most of all, we promote hope and education. Okay, now let's go on to today's topic. But before we do, I need to clear the energies. For those of you who know me, I'm very into clearing energies. So starting with a clean plate. So here we go. So first of all, we take the mallet here and this singing bowl from the Himalayas. My brother brought it back 2 years ago while they were on holiday in Tibet. Okay, so we go. What we're doing is just clearing all the stagnant energy. And usually about 3 times should be enough. Again, you can go around your house into the rooms and just clear the energies. Also, if you have a headache, all you got to do is click and put it to near your head, near your third eye, near your head. And what it does, it just brings you into a peaceful place where the pain has subsided. And it's almost like your energy has accepted that pain. And from accepting, you're then at peace. Then we've got this one, the higher one. And if you go around like this, and you hear it, it means There's a lot of stagnant energy. Goodness me, there's a lot of stagnant energy going on. Can you hear it? It's quite strong, and you've got to do it until it's still there. Do you know why? It's because I've been listening to all kinds of different songs with different emotions, and it's just filled this studio room. Okay. There you go. How fabulous. So now, and remember, we can do our chakras like this as well. Our lower chakras, hold here to our root chakra. And imagine, as you do that, imagine the root chakra, which is red. Imagine the root chakra and the wheel going round in a clockwise and becoming brighter and cleaner. Then you do the sacral chakra, which is the orange, which is about our creativity and our sensuality. And so orange, you clear. Well, this is a biggie. Our solar plexus is yellow, golden yellow, like the sun. That's where all our emotions are stored. Then you've got the heart chakra, which is a green color, and the green color is for healing. So then, now for the upper ones is the throat chakra, which is a cobalt blue, the same kind of color blue. Oh, I don't know if you can see it on my crown. Anyway, it's kind of like a sea blue. Then we have here the indigo, which is our third eye. And then pure light, like a crown, like a lily flower, being pure light. And then, of course, we have the snowy quartz. Here we go. And we can just waft it over there. Wow, we are so clean. We are so purified. Thank you, universe. Thank you. Thank you, energies. Thank you. All right. Here we go. Right, for today's topic, words versus action, bridging the gap of disconnection. It's quite a handful, isn't it? It's quite a lot to say, and there is a lot to say about it. Words versus actions. I wonder if anyone is aware of how much damage can be created when your words and actions are not in alignment with each other, but disconnected. Let me bring you into the world of understanding this. Well, from my perspective anyway. Okay, so let's look at a situation where you keep on eating something that is unhealthy, yet your soul, your heart is saying, nudging you, doing little nudges. Hey, you know what? You should try some nutritional fruit, eat some healthy vegetables, eat healthy, eat lighter and eat healthy. So then what happens is your nurturing and your words are saying this. But then you go out to the supermarket and you've got your list. You've literally got your list of this new diet, new food to introduce to your diet. And then suddenly you get this big booming voice. Oh, look at that chocolate over there. Look at that process. Look at that pot noodle. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at that. Wow, look at this. Look at that. And then suddenly you get distracted. You become disconnected from your words, from the heart, which is your words, what you're saying. You're saying, this is what I want to do. This is what your heart is speaking words and giving that vibration. I want to eat healthy. I want to do this. I want to be able to have this. I want to be able to eat this in order to reach my target. But you go to the supermarket and then you get the voice, not the voice of reasoning, but you get the big voice and the ego. The ego is loud and proud and certainly lets you know that it's there present. The ego does not like to be ignored. That's a big one, isn't it? Yep, the ego doesn't like to be ignored. So no matter how much you are voicing out what you want to create, how you want your day to be through your words, through your intuition, when it comes to actualizing that, making it into physicality, making it into a physical experience, you will find that you will be listening more to that ego loud voice. And that ego loud voice is there purely for distraction, to distract us from our true purpose for that day, for what we set out ourselves to do and to be, to make us healthier. When it comes to the test in physicality, we get disconnected because we listen to that ego. And as I said, that ego is a loud voice. Now, not only is it about ourselves, with the way that we treat ourselves, but also words versus actions, bridging the gap of disconnection, will be disconnects when we are talking to someone and we don't realize that we're actually saying some hurtful words. So that's the ego again. So for example, you're saying, let's say, oh, I really like this person. Oh, I like this. And I like to be with that person. I want to ask that person out. I wonder, maybe. But then what happens is when you speak to them, instead of that true energy, the truthfulness of your feeling, what happens is your ego comes in and steps in, and then whatever is lying beneath that, the pain or hurt, it is projected. It comes up to the surface and projects out. And you'll end up saying hurtful things because one is in fear of what they truly feel. To feel is to know oneself, right? When you feel, when you touch, yeah. And if you apply too much pressure, you feel the pain. When you massage, you know that you're feeling through that to give a healing. So to feel is to know oneself. So to feel through our emotions, to feel through our heart-filled emotions, rather than letting our ego bring out what we're thinking. Bringing the ego, what the ego does, it goes into, like, there's two trunks. The ego doesn't pick up heart-filled, uplifting affirmations or kindness or just beautiful words of embracing beauty and love. No, the ego is there to distract. The ego is there to be loud and proud and bring up things so that you're not connected, so that when you voice out something, you do the complete opposite. So your heart is saying this, your mind says something else, but your ego, with that fear. So when in a relationship, let's say you think you want to ask that person out, yet that person, you feel, oh my gosh, they are such a social media influencer. Everyone loves them. Oh, what about little me? They'd never look at me. But then you start talking affirmations. I am worthy. Yes, it would be good for them to be in my company as I am in their company. We can learn from each other. But then what happens is then you have a build-up and you keep seeing this person on social media or wherever they are, or how popular they are within circles, and that fear overtakes you. The fear overtakes you, and it doesn't guide you. It doesn't guide you to the place you need to be able to deal with what you wanted to bring your words out. So your words and actions, they're disconnected. And then you realize, oh, I shouldn't have said that. I was planning to say this. How come I did the complete opposite? That's your ego. That's the fear of feeling. You see, we humans we're so used to reacting from a thinking a solution and a problem rather than actually feeling the solution and the problem. What we need to do, what will be good, and it helps. I've actually applied this in my own life, on day to day. I am aware. I always make sure that if I say something to someone, I have to fulfill the prophecy. Right? So when you talk to someone, you're actually creating something that's actually, you bring it into the physical. Now, when you say talk is cheap if you do not fulfill the prophecy of what you promised. Because everything is energy and everything has to come into its completion. If you leave that energy half completed, I'm not saying it's about you promise someone to help someone, and then it comes to that day when you're supposed to help them, and then suddenly you don't do it. You don't do it. What you need to do is to be held accountable for your actions. So, held accountable for your words and actions, because the words and actions have to be in perfect alignment. If it's disconnected, then sorry about this, you're going to create a lot of karma for yourself and karma for the others. If you cannot fulfill that prophecy, that promise, then you have to be realistic. And it's okay to say to that person, hey, I know I promised this, but the way my day is evolving, or the way that this deal is happening, it's not allowing me to be able to have sufficient funds or sufficient time to be able to fulfill the prophecy that I promised you during our last conversation. Now that will make the other person feel heard, will make the person feel, hey, you haven't forgotten about it. So in that respect, you actually do fulfill the prophecy, because you enhance that prophecy, that energy is, you can bring it to a fulfillment. You bring it to a close. If you leave it hanging, that energy is hanging. And with energy that's hanging, it clings. It clings onto that other person that you have made the agreement or the promise to help someone, whatever you've promised someone. It's important to deliver. And if you cannot deliver to fulfill that prophecy of what you promised them, it's important to go back, reactivate that energy, reassure them, and let them know where the progress of where you are. In that way, the energy goes, okay, yes, it's come to a completion. This promise has been fulfilled, right? As far as the universe is concerned, it's been fulfilled because you fulfilled the prophecy. And it doesn't mean that you promised what you were going to do. It means that you promised what you were going to do, which you added onto that energy. You didn't leave it hanging. And because you promised what you wanted to do and you didn't leave it hanging, and you went back to that person and told them the progress and the reality of what's happening, then as far as the universe is concerned, it's completed. Okay, energy, let's call you back. You need to go and be used somewhere else. So in this life, in the human collective consciousness, within the energy field, we have many different hanging energies that is not gone to their full completion. And that's what we have to do. This will help to prevent the disconnection, to help heal and mend the collective consciousness of words versus action, and healing the gap of disconnection. Now, another way of looking at this is we receive karma. Now, if we're thinking something and we deliver something different that's completely opposing and it's hurtful to someone, then what happens is we receive the karma. Now, karma isn't someone else does that to us. No. Karma is when we feel that energy, we feel the emotional pain we put that person through, where that emotional pain, because we feel it, then we're going, oh, that wasn't nice what I did to them. That wasn't nice what I said to them. I could have handled that a lot better. So that's the karma. Karma isn't what happens to them will happen to you. Karma is so that you feel the pain that they went through, which you feel that karma, and that makes one change. So it's the feeling of that karmic debt, that lesson that you put to someone. So anything that's destructive that you put out there, you will get that feeling back tenfold. The feeling of what you put, how they felt when those words or when what was done to them was done to them. You see, because everything has to have the full completion. Energy has to fully complete the prophecy. So if you can wait, so that's why it's important. You need to check in 3 times a day. You check in 3 times a day, center yourself, breathing, and bring yourself centered so that you're no longer distracted with the outer world. It's important to start to awaken and realize when your words and actions are disconnected from each other, because you can heal it, you can mend it. Remember, energy needs to have its full completion to fulfill the prophecy of your words, and the prophecy of your words will be fulfilled, providing your words and actions are in alignment with each other. How magical is that? We are now in the golden age, the timeline of truth. Masks are down, and more than ever now, more people are revealing their true selves and not realizing how hurtful they are becoming with their actions and words. But at the same time, by revealing who they really are, then the other person will be able to have, it will help them, the other person, to have true discernment. These days, it's important to have the gift of true discernment. True discernment doesn't come through from your ego, from the outside world. True discernment comes from feeling the truth, listening to the truth. You get the truth when you listen to your feeling. Oh my gosh. Oh, Dr. Jacqueline. Oh, that's amazing. Yes, absolutely. You get the truth when you feel, when you listen to your feeling. So everyone, boom, 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 start to listen to your feelings. Listen. Yeah. Don't let that ego come up and speak out loud and proud. That ego is there to teach you. So become friends with the ego, right? Next week, I'm going to talk about the fear of failing. That's a powerful subject. That's what I'm going to talk about next week. But my name is Dr. Madalene Chan. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can also find me where I present the film and music show on Thursdays at 8 p.m. GMT. Sometimes I'm a guest on A Woman's Prerogative on Monday evenings at 7 o'clock GMT. And of course, every week, Friday, 7 p.m. GMT, you find me here for Talking Heads. I would love to have anyone reach out to me who feels they're at that point where it's a question mark. We are now in the new times, and you want to connect to listen to your intuition. You want to know your intuition. You want to know when your words and actions are not in alignment with each other. Contact me. I'm the Soul Voice Awakener. And myself and Dr. Jacqueline have created some fabulous courses to be able to have the tools to be on this journey and understand and study. It's all about studying now. You've got to study. You have to invest in yourself, fall in love with yourself, and try it out for yourself when your words and actions are not matching. They're disconnected from each other. So I'll see you next week. And thank you so much, USA Global TV and radio viewers, E360 TV viewers, and Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And everyone, please have a beautiful weekend, a lovely week. And remember to smile on the outside, but definitely smile from the inside and let your true beauty shine through. See you. Bye.
5 Little Known Secrets for Dementia Caregivers with Tracy Cram-Perkins.
Hi there, I am Tracy Cram-Perkins, the host of the Dementia Home Care Show here on USA Global TV and Radio. I am also the author of the book of the same name. And you'll see this QR code. This is for an extended version of the same talk. So if you want to see the full hour-long version, feel free to scan the code and go to that website. Stick with me. We'll talk about 5 little known secrets to make it a little easier to do dementia caregiving. What you're seeing on the left-hand side is a healthy aged brain, age 55 and above. The one you're seeing on the right is an Alzheimer's disease brain. It is in moderate disease. It is shrinking. It has holes in it. The memories that were in those holes no longer exist. When you're learning something, let's say in kindergarten, you learn how to tie your shoelace. Well, then by the time you're in second grade, your brain remembers that information from tying the shoelace and applies it so you can learn more quickly how to tie more complex knots. So the brain is hardwired to do this for us. So it helps us learn faster so it doesn't take us long to acquire knowledge. The brain is looking for the information and they pick the closest to wherever that hole is. Let's look at some tips that we can use to help do that.
These are 5 simple tools you can use as a dementia caregiver to help your loved one. The whiteboard is a useful tool in recording the day's activities and the answers to repetitive questions. The calendar clock is a very useful tool to orient your loved one on the day, the date, and the time, and remind them of upcoming appointments. The communication cards are a great tool to bridge the gap when they can no longer tell you what's wrong. And then there's the pill minder for when your loved one is still able to take pills but needs prompting. The final tool I want to share with you is the memory book. It tells your loved one's story. It's a great tool for distraction, redirection, also as a conversation starter, and telling you where they are in their story so you know how to answer their questions.
Music is probably the most powerful tool in your toolbox after laughter. Music is a way to maintain connection. It sticks with your brain longer than any other thing, including reading. When you're having an issue with somebody, you can play their favorite music if you move them to another room, something that makes them happy, or you can start singing songs together from their childhood. These are some of my favorite books for caregivers. My show airs on the 3rd Tuesday of every month, and you can view past episodes on YouTube. Thank you, everyone.
This program has been brought to you in part by Tracy Cram Perkins. Connect with her and order her book at tracycramperkins.com. For more information about Alzheimer's disease, support resources, and how you can help, contact the Alzheimer's Association at 1-800-272-3900 or visit their website at www.alz.org. They offer 24/7 helpline support and a wealth of information to assist you and your loved ones.
Hello, I'm children's author Diane Floyd Bain, and I am co-host for several of the USA Global TV and radio shows. I joined because of the purpose of the USA Global TV and radio. They provide content for the viewers and listeners, an opportunity for people around the world to have their own show or even be a guest on an existing show. We truly believe in helping others get their positive message out to the world. We also have the opportunity for the listeners. You can watch on several platforms, and on YouTube, you can ask questions and even give a comment. We absolutely love it. I love being part of the USA Global TV and radio because I love positive messages, and who doesn't? And we need more of that in the world. We are a family, and we hope you will join us and become part of the family too.
face daily cyber risks, spending over 7 hours of screen time, including 4.5 hours on mobile phones. This convenience comes with significant dangers, with cybercrime costs predicted to exceed $10.5 trillion by 2025. In 2023 alone, seniors lost over $3.4 billion to cybercrime. Our goal is to make social engineering concepts of cybersecurity easier to understand. We work with business teams, senior living facilities, investment companies, and educational institutions, both individually and in groups. We offer real-life examples to help you recognize and prevent attacks, with sessions available both in person, in selected regions, and remotely. Schedule your training session, or to learn more, contact us today. Call us at 847-845-9360. Email us at info@cybersecurityeasy.com. Protect your team and family with cybersecurityeasy.com.
My name is Dr. Felix Kravitz, and I am the founder of cybersecurityeasy.com, LLC. We live in a world full of vulnerabilities and cyber risks. We spend almost 4.5 hours a day on our mobile phones. It's over 7 hours of screen time daily when including computer use. We often forget that this convenience comes with risks. Published data predicts that the cost of cybercrime will exceed $10.5 trillion in 2025. These numbers encompass not only businesses, but also each one of us, including our children and our parents. In 2023, the FBI reported over $3.4 billion lost by seniors aged 60 and older. Cybersecurityeasy.com LLC's initiative is to massively support the community by providing cyber safety coaching and improving social engineering awareness. Our goal is to make social engineering concepts of cybersecurity easier to understand. We work with business teams, seniors, and educational institutions, both individually and in groups. We cover various topics from phone phishing attacks to AI-generated voice cloning, robocalls, password protection, and more using life examples. Talk to us today. Call us at 847-845-9360 or email us at info@cybersecurityeasy.com.